What's up, world? You know what I'm saying? This your boy, man. This God, you know what I'm saying? Adam, you know what I'm saying? How y'all doing? This the first Adam, you know what I'm saying? God, like I say. And say it is set, my word, you know what I'm saying? And that's where they get Jesus from. Because I guard us, and I'm God, you know what I'm saying? And I guide us. So God is my name. But I call God us Jesus because we guard each other. So that's what Jesus got his name, not Jesus. That's United States way of trying to say America belonged to Adam. But Adam's little sister Jerica name came from Rebecca and Jerry and made it Jerica. And we didn't come from Africa as just free, cuz. And I just told you that as a little Jamaican. Leroy Casey's little son. Yes, Leroy Casey's little son. You know what I'm saying? But it's Leroy Casey's grandson. You know what I'm saying? I'm Adam's grandfather, but his real biological grandfather was Leroy Casey. That's where all the movie stardom started from, Leroy Casey. And the Casey boys that played football at Hilliard High School. And it spread it like wildfire because little Adam was the best at everything he did. He had friends, Chris Brown, yes, Chris Brown. And Chris Brown was Muhammad Ali. Him and Vernon Clay was brothers, and Terry Herndon was brothers before Adam and Wayman became brothers. Leroy had a lot of kids, and one's name was Leroy Jr., and then that was Adam, and then you had Clifton, then you had Roy Lee, and then you had Elroy. But Adam was the oldest of the boys. And then you had Thomas, and you had Carl Jr., and you had Carl, and you had Sammy, and you had Larry. Cakenham Thomas Jackson was a cousin of Uncle Pix. You know what I'm saying? But Leroy was a Casey. So Thomas wasn't the father of Thomas Jackson and Carl Jackson and Sammy Jackson and Larry Jackson and Adam Jackson. Leroy Casey was. So Leroy Casey had a big family. All boys. No, he had Debbie and he had another girl. You know what I'm saying? And I like to say that's Mary Lou, good time daughter. Because when Uncle Leroy died, it messed up Red Fox operation. It messed up Mr. Bubba Parks operation. It messed up Mr. Herman Parks operation, and damn sure messed up Uncle Andrew Parks operation because his son got killed in the middle of all this. And that was the devil and Satan doing. So Clifton, you and Elroy and Roy Lee and Thomas and Sam and Larry and Kate, my brothers. And then Lalo, that's me. And Stanley, James, Ronnie, Archie, Gary, Poncho, that's me. Dirt, that's me. Pick, that was finished. And I'm finished now, Dirt, but me and you still living. And we can't die. Because we got 1-year-olds and we got some 5-year-olds and some 4-year-olds and we got some 7-year-olds and we got some 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds. So we grandfathered in to be fathers again. So we the grandfathers that are now new fathers, resurrected to be new fathers. We have been raptured. You have been liberated and you are no longer in bondage to God or no devil. Now we can start cooking with grease. You know what I'm saying? It's not looking good for us. Let me go and see what Dad and them talking about. Cause this the farm right here, this the rice field. You could say this the rice field. And they're tilling the ground right now. This POE farmers, whole farmers, you know what I'm saying? Whole farmers, that's what they got.
Yeah, I'm gone, Duck.
Duck, let me see, that's Duck right there, Uncle Peck, that's Duck, you know what I'm saying?
It's thick over in that area. I know it is.
See that Uncle LC? Uncle Ellis White, Rance,
yeah, I know.
Uncle Richard, you know what I'm saying? I'm back in the rice field. Uncle Cuny, see that? Hey, Marge, you see that tractor? That tractor looked like a damn welding machine. Looked like he took the top off of that engine 20 times to get it worked on. You know what I'm saying? It's old as hell. So we can't go and do nothing as God when the black farmers got equipment like this, when we got John Deere, Massey Ferguson, you know what I'm saying, and every other kind of tractors.
The arm won't even let up.
And we gotta have young men to learn how to drive them tractors and augers and combines. Damn. Yeah, it worked. See, they need new equipment, Daddy. They need new equipment. Fast and in a hurry. Because we ain't got the harvest. You know, we got plenty of harvests, Daddy, per star. You know what I'm saying? But Adam's Earth. This star gonna work whether we good or not. We gotta work. Cause we God.
Yeah. It's a way to time them all filters. Hopefully they'll do us some justice.
See, Uncle Vic, see how you used to get in that tractor all the time? Adam, see how you used to get in that tractor all the time? Shit, last I remember Uncle Vic falling asleep on that left side of you and just going to sleep and just being asleep all the goddamn time, sitting right there. Shit, till I learned how to goddamn be a chemist and learn how to make metal and all that shit and weld it together. Well, you taught me that out there, welding on that shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I ain't never hurt for nothing, Adam. When you left Brian Root and Dog killed shit, you know what I'm saying? I just started up the Union Hall again and Margie Fern them and rushing to get people in. You took Lynn to the Union Hall in Freeport. You don't remember that, do you? You know, me and you taking Lynn to to the Union Hall before you hired in that dog in 1990 after my funeral. I was the girl that you seen going to work that morning, and you could have took her to the beach in the state of mind she was in, what she was playing with. And while we was doing this, you and Cuny Dale and them was driving trucks, and you was in the army driving fuel and all that while I was doing this. Just before we got the news, Adam wasn't coming back home. But you came home anyway. And shame them. You walked out of Vietnam and told them fuck it. And Chris did too, Muhammad Ali. That's when they arrested him and told him he couldn't be a champion and dodge the war. You know what I'm saying? And you and Adam said fuck it. And became goddamn Ali and shit. Charles Barkley and goddamn everybody else. Billy Sean became goddamn and Hartley became again and shit. Yeah. Man, get that boy some new equipment, Daddy. Get that boy some new equipment. He working with his dad and his granddad and all them. See, because we ain't have, engineers and all that shit come fucking with us. We was just raising rice. You know what I'm saying? Marijuana, yes. And whatever else we wanted to raise, corn, whatever. And I had a garden in my backyard with okra for Margaret. That's why Oprah Winfrey is Margaret's look-alike. You know what I'm saying? Oprah Winfrey. That's why she played that part when Adam moved to Nashville on me. And then came home 6 days late and 6 hours late. Only to do what he did. And Bay City went crazy. So, Leroy Casey moved to Nashville at that time and became Dr. Huxtable. Bill Carter had to get out of Dodge. Dr. Wayne might have wanted him. That's who Margaret was working for. But it wasn't a problem there, but when Leroy died, we wondered if Lou was able to pull that trigger or if it was somebody in that rooming house. Because rooming house is worse than the project. That's just a little hotel in the village, in the ghetto. That's all the rooming house was, a hotel in the ghetto, and we had 2 of them. Mr. Jody Loach had one and Uncle Leroy had one. Right close to each other. So if you needed a hotel in the ghetto, you had 2 of them. And we had gas stations in the neighborhood where they stole that neighborhood from us and put that on the tool side. And I got all the tool side and the park and the Colorado River and the Gulf of Mexico and the Atlantic and all that. You better not cut off on it. Shit. He said, you better not cut off. Now this kind of shit I'm watching up here, because the Westerns, that was all pops too. Mr. Fritz Landrum and Mr. something Landrum, Michael Landrum taught me a whole lot when I was Todd Bridges and Urkel and, Martin, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of it. I ain't just learned how to weld. I learned how to be a repair of our breach, souls, you know what I'm saying? I turned melon on that light I looked at every day, all day. I made it go around the earth, and I just imagined the earth in the center of it, and just whirling around the center. All the dust and the gold and the silver particles. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of shade of gray that'll be with maroon and gold and silver floating around. That's a good show, Daddy. Poor farmers. You know what I'm saying? Now just think. We got chicken houses and we got, auction barns. You know what I'm saying? And don't nobody want to do the work, but everybody want to play football, basketball and track, and want to be movie stars. But then don't nobody want to work.
You're welcome, because people are still flying and coming, and pandemic or no pandemic, just to be baptized in the water in the name of Jesus Christ. And we certainly will not and cannot turn nobody away. When you want to eat, it's our job to serve you. Tired and exhausted, but it is our job to serve you if you want to eat. And I must say that God has given us a
that man Kenny you first Sergeant McMillan. He Kenny you on Peck and Craig.
We never run out.
He Kenny 9 Rock. That's 9 Rock right there. That's 9 Rock's self, Daddy. Right there, that's 9 Rock and Leonard right there.
Because the word of God
right
is from
there.
Everlasting.
That's a straight man. That's a straight up man.
All right, let me brief
you know what I'm saying? But he's God, you know what I'm saying? But then he straight up, the image of God, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to tell you I'm no other title. I don't worship no other God that Adam not talking about. You know what I'm saying? Adam the only God, man.
Arrested by God is a hard life. And if you're wise, you have to say amen to it. It's a hard life.
To be arrested by God.
Because
you know what I'm saying? You sure? Because God ain't gonna let you do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? You in prison, but the whole world out there, but you in prison. You know what I'm saying? In God.
Begin there, that's where we'll begin. 4th chapter of the book of Ephesians, begin at verse 1. I want to
now you know how you felt when you was Joe DeLoach, Adam. This Joe. Shit. That's why I told you, smoke this and tell me what you think.
Around the world.
Because I knew how you got the world the first time, Adam. This Joe. I didn't go to the Olympics to represent America. I went to represent my God, my best brother, my best brother, Luther. You know what I'm saying? Now you know where Lucifer got his name from. Luther Franklin, Adam Jackson, Luther Vandross, because he took your drawers off if you was a woman.
And the race riots, and it's not over. Oh, thank God it's not over. So viewers, I absolutely don't know what else has to happen in the earth to convince you that we are facing the end of all things.
End of all things. We ain't messing with no money no more. Because money kills, steal, and destroy, man. You know what I'm saying? If that's somebody's nickname other than my son with Maria, then I ain't trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no other God but Adam LaTroy Jackson. And you listen to that. That's a boy name. Yes, it is. Tiny.
On the things
Tiny, I call him Tiny. This
and
God.
on what God
Leroy
has
Casey.
said.
Now,
You know,
if
life
I can
is
get up
designed
and
to
be
get you
Bill
out of
Cosby,
focus.
shit,
But
he
better
can
not
damn
get so
sure
out of focus
be
you
out of
forget
jail.
what's in front of you. You know, I have brothers and sisters that do.
All we gotta do, Uncle, is go back to work, man. I just don't want to go back to the rice field by my damn self. You know what I'm saying? I need my family to go with me.
And you have to adjust the lens. Some technology they have now, you don't even have to adjust the lens. You just have to know how to aim straight. But when you have to adjust the lens, you don't want that thing to get so out of focus until you actually forget what you're about to take a picture of. So in life, yes, get distracted, may get out of focus. But you don't want to get so out of focus until you absolutely forget what you're dealing with and what's in front of you. What do you mean, Pastor Jennings? You better not forget that God rules in the kingdom of men. Don't forget that there's a God in Israel.
And Israel is real, nigga. That's all it is. It's a God in Israel, but it is real. That's what God is, real. And that's my name, real. You know what I'm saying? I'm a dog. You know what I'm saying? CeeLo, my son. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Don't forget that God's word still will judge us.
When you see Adam on the ground, he belonged to a dog. This is Leroy Casey. Cliff Huxtable. Cliff Casey. You don't want to see him if you got something against Adam. Nor Elroy, nor Rodney. If you got something against God. You really don't want to mess with the Casey and Harden and Eden and Sewell family. And Jones, Eden, and every one of them goddamn Jacksons. You just better not say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy and it's 9 rock. You know what I'm saying? Look, and Charlie Watt and Chili Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Now, this Uncle Richard Adam, just chill out and yeah, we're gonna have church. We're gonna have church like this though. We're gonna have church like this. We might talk about business sometime, but then it ain't gonna be gossip and what's going on in niggas' houses. That's why they burnt the damn Mason Hall down. So instead of being friends, they turned on each other and started messing with each other's wives and shit.
All right, I want you to follow me. We're going to begin.
And the wives became the determining factor if a king lived or not. It's up to his wife and her mistress. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's what you want to call it. Him, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's what you gotta call it, mistress, because it's damn sure ain't no godstress.
I therefore, the prisoner, the captive of the Lord,
beseech you that you walk worthy of the vocation.
Let's get something clear. Me, you, nobody watching is worthy of God's mercy. Nobody is worthy of God's mercy, God's salvation, of God's anything.
And when you say ain't nobody worthy of God's mercy or God's grace, how are you saying that, Pastor? Because that sounds like a devil. That don't sound like no God. That sounds like a devil if you say that we not worthy of being God's or receiving of God. We not worthy. Don't that sound like a devil and Satan, Pastor?
If God bless you with anything, you're not worthy of it.
Oh, fuck that, man. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. You just as bad as the rest of them, man. You just as sick as the rest of them. If you can't take God money and think you worthy to take it, then I ain't gonna say you sad, but you pushing it, devil. You pushing it. Cause the children of God deserve to eat, nigga. Sun deserve to shine. And sweat is needed sometime from tears. But every man is worthy of his labor. And labor to me is mercy, grace, and forgiveness. And if the devil ever lie again and say that man is not worthy of God's forgiveness, mercy, or grace, tell him he a goddamn lie. Now, I'm through with that. Pastor Jenny.
Yes, honey. Yes. This person got burnt by the sun. Okay, so fast. Like, something is happening for you. It's like a turnover. It's happening quicker and quicker. Like, they magic backfiring more quicker than normal, like, or something. They went in some way to do something and they got exposed because you're still shielded from nightmares.
Ain't no preacher tell me I ain't worthy of being me. That goddamn lie. I ain't worthy of living. Fuck you, devil, Satan. That's what I say. Daddy, this Jesus, this the word. This is say it, and anything I could have been after Abel, the ability of Cain when he found out all he did was cuss me out or say something negative to me to salute me instead of having to hit me with a stone or hang me on a limb or on a tree or hang me on a cross. All he had to do was say, man, I don't want no sugar in my shit. And then I wouldn't have told him I don't eat sugar in my shit. You know what I'm saying? It would have been ended like that. I don't eat sugar in my shit. We don't need no sugar, little brother. Sugar, man. We don't need no sugar in it. And that means no love in it this time, sugar, man. You know what I'm saying? We need love in it, but then the women know sugar, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't love other folks' shit. And don't want nobody to love yours. You know what I'm saying? So, and don't move a little homeboy in your house when you're trying to raise a family. You know what I'm saying? Your little homeboy ain't your little homeboy if he your age.
Now they falling. They don't know how to stop themselves from falling. They don't know how to stop themselves, get themselves out of something, confirmation. Like even, you know them dreams, the nightmares where you falling, somebody can't stop falling. Like something like that too as well, like that. Because they was playing in your energy. Now they feel like they fall into a dark place they don't know nothing about. They getting thrown into the abyss, honey. Now they're believing in strange encounters. Now they believe you are who you said you are. Now they believe you Lady Justice. Now they believing that you really are a real divine feminine. Now they believe you're real divine.
No, cause CDJ thought I could be tricked like he. I ain't gonna say my boy name, but he tried to play like he was his family to come in here, cause Bay Breeze is where they use to make the Mason Hall after they burnt mine up. Now, so you know what I'm saying? Phillips 66 still shine. And the Catholic music that is heard all over the world when Israel is upset, that music still can be played. Cause I wielded that shit up before I left 2015 at night, all night, with my son working as the fire watch.
I know these people that woke up and they doing this stuff with they magic.
That was their music. That was their instruments.
And then you know people died.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make petroleum, you still making coke, and you smelling formaldehyde. And if you smell bitter almonds, you already dead. That was the first lesson I learned. If you smell it, you already dead, man. You just going on about your business.
They start dropping like flies.
Don't even worry about it.
Okay?
Anybody else would be trying to sound the alarm.
Because I don't know who they thought they was bigger than the bay, but that's
Because it
crazy
costs shit, $200,000, $400,000, man. Every time I come as Ocean
council, bro.
with a complaint
And
that
I
is
pray,
more than
Lord, please. Like these people is just
vapor
their power
coming out of that
and
goddamn
right,
stack.
right. And then these
And
people are the
fire.
kind of folks that like
You know
to
what
say
I'm saying?
we abuse our
But
power.
when you
because
burning
we
our
protect
product,
ourselves.
you either mad at God or mad at man. Because somebody mad at you if that plant upset. You know what I'm saying? And not ran right for 24 hours and have to be shut down.
So however we decide to protect
So
ourselves.
if you need gasoline, you need
Some
sun
people got creative
more than
with it. Some of y'all,
gasoline.
some of my divine feminists
It'll
themselves
suck
really
the
try to
earth
cheat.
up before it
Because y'all
fuck
was
with
tired. Some
my
of y'all got
cinnamon
creative because
or
you're
my
you're
okra
attacked. Whoa.
or
You're
my
attached
peas
to-
that I don't like.
You're a Akashic liar.
Because I don't like that.
So you just
But it's
having
got to
fun
be
with it
in
at
my
this
food.
point.
And it's got to be in my
But at the end of the
fertilizer.
day, karmic justice
And
will
it's
be
got to
served.
be in your shit.
Injustice
And
is gonna
you
always
can't
be
move
repaid.
from where you
Excuse me,
at.
with the injustice.
So I got to add houses.
That's just the
And I
law.
got to add apartments.
Everywhere
Because
universal.
we got too many
An eye
mixed
for an eye, that's how
again.
it go. So however
And this the
feel
third
it. Some of
time
my
I did it.
divine beings, most of you guys.
So
it
you
was
count
just-
8 billion
All right, so
Times
one thing
3
that happened, that's
times.
gonna happen to you.
times 33 degrees
That was simple.
per
That's
second.
the simplest one.
Per
of them all.
second now.
Some of y'all babies.
That's how
got
many babies
creative.
being made.
Y'all setting up booby traps
That's
and
how
everything
many
else
babies
because
being
you
made.
gay. Shit.
Every second that this
Okay.
big thing move,
And somebody is knowing that.
them stars around it,
Somebody tried to
you know what I'm
paste
saying,
a
meaning
picture or something like that.
that cinnamon around it know
Hey, what
what's
you doing
going on
today?
in the inside of this big motherfucker. Cause I'm one nigga. You know what I'm saying? One nigga now. But I don't spell nigga like
They
you
wish they
do.
never did that. That's all
I ain't
I'm
got
saying.
no I in nigga. I got
Careful
I in
out here,
team
y'all.
though. Not nigga. I got I in time.
Because the people that are
Not
in charge,
nigga.
which would be
And nigga
all of
don't
the
work
divine beings, masculines and
for
feminines.
nothing. That's more
Don't
than a
hang down.
nigga.
Because you will, that's one way.
That's
the-
got
the
roots and
fastest
stars
way to get
and
your ass
hair
off.
on its ass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Because
its
somebody's
balls. Cause
heavily,
I don't
this is a
eat
heavy
that
cross to bear.
dumbass nigga.
Okay? Like I said, some of y'all that got
Whatever
creative.
father
Some of my
started
little
that
babies that
shit
got creative
for
out
young
here.
men to do to
Okay?
him as
Oh
a
yes,
Catholic
it's a
priest.
thing where you equally
Calling
so are
yourself
balanced.
Jew.
You're light and dark energy.
We don't
Okay?
want to be Jew.
So somebody, I
We
thought
don't want to
you
know
said-
Jesse.
somebody saying that to
If
someone. I thought
Jesse
you
was
said
like
that
that.
they don't have no connection to
If
the
you
underworld,
like
they
David,
don't
I wouldn't
have
want to know
no,
Jesse.
Uh,
If you like Saul, I wouldn't want to know David.
something, I don't know what that is. You could have did a return to sender. You can
So
do that.
don't come to me telling me nothing what
Um,
David did. Don't tell me nothing T.D.
You
Jakes
can protect
did.
yourself. You
Tell
can
me
do
nothing
that.
Dollar
Like, what-
did.
Somebody
Don't tell me
was
nothing
hoping,
Winston
like,
did.
I don't
'Cause
know
he
what
cigarettes,
narrative or what
dollar
fairy
money,
tale book
and T.D.
y'all
devil.
playing in, but y'all stop playing
So,
with the real
you know.
ones and just play with yourselves or something, because you don't want that type of problem. You need to look at, pay it like your target. Watch, be careful. Do your research. Somebody thought that they was studying you. No, we ain't talking about a divine being. You can't study a divine being because they are forever changing. Did you know? Every time we close our eyes, we reset, master reset. Every time we die, yeah. Every time we close our eyes, we die. We wake back up, we in a whole nother type of energy. Whole nother. 1444, as I said that. Somebody be seeing 444. Do you understand? They don't understand what they're doing. I don't think so. Nope. Ain't no way. They must have thought, well, they didn't get the message. Mercury retrograde, electronic problems. Somebody trying to cause you electronic problems. Okay. Somebody want to cause you communication issues. Okay. It's too challenging now. But they thought like, oh, I'm going to get the jump on Mercury retrograde and do you something. And they got burned by the sun. They're falling. Everything has changed so bad. Like, you change your energy, everything changed in the way that they can do stuff to you now. far removed from you. We got distance to the rising angel. You done became stronger. Someone at a distance know that you have became stronger. Okay? Yeah.
That's good.
Whoever you are, you have unlocked a new level of yourself, and it has a lot to do with you reclaiming your power. I feel like somebody's just remembering who the F they are, and you are just taking your place in the world. It's like you're snatching it. I like to talk a lot about people snatching their power back. That's what I'm getting. It's like you're snatching your power back, but you're also snatching what belongs to you. You're snatching success. You're snatching alignment. You're snatching abundance. You're snatching love. Like anything that's like you want out of this life, or it's not even a want. I feel like a lot of times our wants are just things that we already have at a different point in time. They're things that already belong to us, right? Things we're already deserving of, and we feel.
All right, so y'all know the reading that we did from last night. If you didn't watch it, check it out. It's probably right after this one. But we had the food cart to come out, and I said that you guys have a spirit animal as a dog, right? So listen, honey, there's an individual in your life who has actually sacrificed their own animal. It could be a dog, a cat, or something like that. It's an animal. This specific ritual called for a blood sacrifice. That they chose to do that because that was their last resort. Whatever animal they chose to sacrifice has become your spirit animal and is guiding you and showing you the things that you need to know concerning this person. This individual has joined an occult. They have joined secret societies. They have joined secret groups within churches, okay? And this is like organizations that they join in order to get power. This is for them to gain power and wealth, okay? This individual is banking on becoming more wealthy than those that are around them in their surrounding areas. But with this, it almost feels like it's not just them trying to do this to you, it's them utilizing these curses and these domination spells to gain access to everyone's wealth that is connected to that group or connected to this organization. So this could be an organization that you work for. This could be a church. This could be an organization that you just like you're around. You may live in the area. Whatever this is, because this could also be concerning a community. But whatever this is, Spirit says whatever they did that was supposed to take out or take from the individuals who are innocent and just, innocent bystanders, they've lost control of that because you've been freed and you have this helper that is helping you to see what is taking place. Many of you guys have been having dreams, you may have had dreams and all that kind of stuff. You've seen visions, you had your intuition that just piped up like, baby, something ain't right. Like you may have just had to step up some things. But literally, these individuals really thought that they could get over on this community of people to take from them because they're taking from a whole community, but it has literally caused them to be freed. You guys are free.
Man, and I'm talking to real now. I hope they got you out, real, but if they didn't get you out and you died, this is your life. I'm living your life, real. And that's the dog that the woman was talking about. That's real. You know what I'm saying? It was Nita's dog, but it was my dog. He must have been around when I got killed because he know everything. I'm talking about he don't miss shit. He ain't missing shit. He ain't miss shit. Uncle Leroy was the first thing he found. And Aunt Sue them woke up. And Aunt Bessie woke up. And Bessie woke up. And Della, and me and Della was standing in the yard talking. Then Bob jumped out that car and was spooked and said, I ain't do it, man. I ain't do it, man. I ain't do it, man. Looking just like Tupac. So that might have been Garfield. or could have been Garfield, man. And we just came back into that life. And then what's the name? Had that fight right after that, Adam and Richard. Jarvis and Cyrus had a fight with Mike and Honey Boy. And that was when we lost control of the industry. When Bonnie Faye and got into it. Honey Boy and them mom. And that wasn't it though, that wasn't it. But when Baby Ken got killed, and then Dirk got killed, and Dewey died, then Poncho died, then Lalo killed himself. Then they did what they did to Peck. And Peabody became a legend. Because Donald Harris ain't had nothing to do with it, but he was Darryl Swank's, brother, and was getting ready to move to Bay City with Carla and them, with Jerry and Beaver and them, because Carla was pregnant with Tristan James Harris. So that's your Kobe Bryant from Joby Delvin. And that was Kobe Bryant. Michael Jordan, of course, was Patrick Franklin. And Jackie was a product of me and Toot, I guess. Because Jeremy came from Raquel. And Toot had to have a girl or a boy. And Toot ended up dying. So left Jackie as a daughter. And Jackie was Tech's wife. And I was Jerome's brother. You know what I'm saying? Jerome's big brother. And I left home and joined the Army at 19, 20 years old, 86. And then Shannon Eaghve has evolved from that. You know what I'm saying? When Tex and Jackie was together. And me and Jerome's brothers. And Toot was across the street. Oh man, Robert, yes, was Shaq, Shazam, and Todd Chambers, was Wood Chamberlain, and a lot of them good Eddie Roberts and Booker Hobarts and Cartwright. You know what I'm saying? This Patrick Adams and this Robert. And Jimmy Ray. Jimmy Ray wasn't no slouch either. And Sam Temple wasn't no slouch. Him and Steve when they was Richard Pryor. And Ricky damn sure ain't no slouch. That's Jamie Foxx and goddamn Jamie Foxx. And I call him Eddie Murphy. Both of them, Jamie Foxx and Eddie Murphy. You know what I'm saying? And when he ain't Eddie Murphy, he Jamie Foxx and Terrell Owens. Play a good Terrell Owens, because that's me, Terrell Owens playing Ricky. I can do whatever I want to do, man. I'm Adam. You know what I'm saying? Harry O, yes, Harry O played football. And Speedy was one of the best running backs. Could have been an Earl Campbell if y'all let Bay City play. You know what I'm saying? And Speedy would have knew he had to leave home. Instead of staying at home, Kenny's Acres, Kenny Holmes, you know what I'm saying? Lenny Roberts. I heard somebody say Lenny Roberts the other day on this. No, I heard it on the phone. Jeremy met a dude on the job that went to Lenny Roberts. So, Mexican dude. But yeah, God, man, thank you. And this is a beautiful woman, that Diva. You know what I'm saying? Diva, you know what I'm saying? She's a beautiful woman, Daddy. Yeah, that's my style. That's Missy.
Okay, you're free. All right, let's do the song. I am the diva you heard about me.
That's Missy, Daddy. That's Missy. Sean the friend.
I'm a diva. That's my
Lady Junior Mama.
Really. Share the video and let everybody know that your girl is
in
here.
another life.
Y'all ain't either. I love y'all. Okay,
just like that.
Let's get into this message though. Y'all know I am doing personal readings. If you need a personal reading from your girl, you already know what the description bar below and follow those instructions.
Lady Junior had to stay in my house when he got out of jail with that ankle brace on.
And you just follow the instructions right here on the screen.
And now I know why.
Alright, let's get it.
Because he had to be with God. He had to be with God. I was changing the shit then when me and Archie was on unemployment when I wasn't supposed to be on unemployment. I was supposed to be getting army wage.
Because what I got here was
we was at war at home. We wasn't at war with the world, Archie, when we started Brown and Root.
Some type of cleansing ritual or, just stepping forward. Because remember,
when we played Brown and Root, you know what I'm saying?
Standing up in your power.
And team and all that shit. That's when Uncle Pickman was young, and we was just starting out, being 25 and 26 years old when me and Tupac and Big got killed. That was just the start, man, of the first time we resurrected. This was our first chance. So anybody played a part of anything, you played a part of some whatever. But it wasn't God, because if you didn't know God and know you was God, then you don't own nothing. You don't have no church that make money from the community or stores and all that. We don't owe you shit, church. Cause you don't have a God with a title. And your man say ain't nobody worthy of God's grace. So if y'all God think ain't nobody worthy of God's grace, then you're not gonna have no gods working for you, preacher. You know what I'm saying? You need to teach your people something different.
They come on your side.
Cause I was on your side before. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so yeah.
Some people change.
Oh my God, so you got the world card, so we'll get into that, but I want to let you know that even here, the death card is in reverse, okay?
Don't never say ain't nobody worthy. I mean, God want to give his grandkids and kids
I said
shit.
it's like they sacrificed this animal to get this, but they didn't know that by them sacrificing, it actually caused this animal to be able to live freely, spiritually, to help protect you and all these individuals from harm. Yes, okay. It literally just like reversed it. It just like that. She thought it would be, or he thought it would be on his side, but it's taking place to where this animal is protecting you. Okay. John 3:16. It's 3:16. Type 3:16 in the comments. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in Him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. You ain't perishing. See, that's what it was. It was meant for you to perish and lose everything. It's almost like there was a death spell that was sent to dry up everything from you. This is to take things from you. You have an individual in your energy that is trying to take from you, but solely for the benefit of themselves to take and have those.
The only person I would think of is trying to take from me is T.D. Jakes and Bill Winston and not Noel Jones. Noel Jones, my dad and my uncle now. But, cause there's a lot of good preachers out there. But Creflo Dollar, T.D. Jakes, you know what I'm saying? Them the devils and Satan and all that. You know, anything that deal with them, they Satanists. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to trust Pastor Jennings But then I ain't gonna live in no military environment talking about ain't nobody worthy of having free shit. You know what I'm saying? You goddamn lie. You know what I'm saying? God do what he wanna do with his merchandise. You gotta make it. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? To eat and live and stay alive, your president gotta eat. And your preachers gotta eat too. And your kids gotta eat too. But that title, devil, Satan, all that shit, you can't wear. You know what I'm saying? You can't be telling nobody that they not worthy of being God or God's grace or God's mercy. You ain't qualified to take nobody God away from them like Pico de you. Like I guarded you, Pastor Jenny. You ain't even no man. Talking about ain't nobody worthy of God's grace.
Kingdom people, they are trying to locate you, and they can't. They are trying to locate you, and they cannot locate you. And so, kingdom people, there are people that are trying to get a read on you. And what I mean by that is they're trying to read your energy, trying to see where you at, trying to see how you feeling, trying to see what you're doing, trying to see how you feel about them, trying to see what you're thinking about them, trying to see how you feel or think about what they been doing or what they been having going on as far as where you concerned. Because a lot of these people have been doing things to try to get your attention, trying to aggravate you, trying to get you to, pay them some attention and notice them or notice something they doing or have going on. And kingdom people, you're not giving them nothing. And so they're trying to get a read on you because they don't understand what's going on, what you want, what you up to. And a lot of these people want to be in your business. They want to know what you're doing, what you have going on. And they ain't getting nothing. Because for one, you ain't talking. You're not telling people that don't have nothing to do with what you are doing or what you have going on. You're not talking to them about what you got going on because they don't have nothing to do with it. And some of these people, you don't even really know like that, but they trying to know you like that or know what you have going on like that. And so they looking for any kind of information, anything, just something. And guess what, kingdom people? They're not getting nothing because you're not giving them nothing. You're not walking around talking about what you're doing, your life, what you got going on, the moves you're making, what you're working on, none of that. You're not doing that. You're not doing it with them, and you're not just doing it just for the sake of, oh yeah, I'm doing it. You're not doing that. You're not doing it in conversations that they may be lurking around trying to hear, because that's not what you're talking about. Again, you're talking about it in specific locations among certain people, but you're doing it in a way where it's not for everyone to hear, only for those who are involved with that very thing. And so these people trying to get a read on you, and they not getting nothing. They trying to they don't have they not having the same signal. They can't get a signal. The reason why they can't get a signal is because they on a different frequency than you. And what do I mean by that? Let me explain it in a couple of ways. What God brought to my attention today is that you came out of the matrix. You're awakened. You can see. You can see things for what it is. You know what's going on. Again, you've awakened. You've awakened to who you are in Christ because you've received Christ. You're walking in it. When you're truly walking in Christ, you're being elevated to higher and higher levels in the spirit realm, frequencies, if you will. And that just simply means you're not operating in that lower place with anger and jealousy and bitterness and, for the most part, all those actions.
Welcome back to Alchemy's Actress. So, I just got done working out, and this message came to me because my trainer, he likes to record me at like the sets of the things that are like difficult. And so I was just like, of course you're gonna record me in the fourth set. Like, why we can't do this in the beginning when I got all my strength and my energy, right? But there's a message in that, and there's a message for the collective, because guess what? I still did it. I may have been, because it was some squats with weights, and it was the heaviest I've ever had to do it before, but I still did it. And I don't know if it's a sense of like performing for the camera or whatever the case is, because I also was able to hold a minute long plank, 111. And in that, the message.
You got this person in their feelings again. This person, I don't know who this individual is, but they're upset because you caught into their psychological mind games that they want to send your way. See, they thought you didn't see through they BS, their mess. They thought a person like you wouldn't have saw through that.